Part 1. The Opening Firestorm. 1. e4. Nodirbek opens with his standard king's pawn advance, claiming early central space. 1. c6. Alireza opts for the rock-solid Caro-Kann defense, looking for structural stability. 2. d4. White takes full control of the center with a secondary pawn push. 2. d5. Black immediately strikes back, challenging White's e4 pawn. 3. e5. The advance variation. White locks the center and gains a spatial edge on the king side. 3. Bishop f5. Black develops the light-squared bishop outside the pawn chain before locking the structure. 4. g4. The aggressive bayonet attack. White immediately tries to kick and destabilize Black's bishop. 4. Bishop g6. The bishop drops back safely, keeping an eye on the diagonal. 5. Knight e2. White plans to swing this knight to f4 or g3 to increase pressure on Black's king side. 5. c5. Firouzja fights back instantly in the center, chipping away at the foundation of White's d4 pawn. 6. h4. White pushes another kingside pawn, threatening to trap the g6 bishop with h5. 6. Knight c6. Black ignores the immediate pawn storm to develop a knight and pressure d4. 7. h5. White carries out the threat, driving the bishop further out of position. 7. Bishop e4. The bishop finds a temporary home, pinning the h3 rook down. 8. Rook h3. The white rook lifts up to escape the diagonal and guard the third rank. 8. h6. Black creates an escape square on h7 for his heavily targeted bishop. 9 e6. A brilliant pawn sacrifice by Abdusattorov to shatter Black's kingside and pin the king to the center. Part 2. Middle game instability. 9. F takes e6. Black accepts the sacrifice, opening up the f-file but ruining his pawn structure. 10. Knight bc3. A slight inaccuracy. Developing the other knight via d2 would put more pressure on Black's e4 bishop. 10. Bishop h7. The black bishop retreats safely to its designated bunker. 11. D takes c5. A positional mistake. White gets greedy, grabbing the c5 pawn, completely surrendering the center. 11. d4. Firouzja punishes the error immediately, kicking White's knight and grabbing central space. 12. Knight a4. The knight is forced to the awkward rim of the board. 12. Knight b4. Black's knight leaps forward, creating a direct, lethal threat of a fork on c2. 13. bg2. White ignores the fork to develop a piece, looking to generate quick counterplay. 13. Knight takes c2 check. Firouzja happily executes the fork, checking the king. 14. King f1. The white king steps aside, losing its castling rights. 14. Knight takes a1. Black captures the clean rook on a1. The black knight is trapped, but Black is way up in material. 15. c6. White pushes forward, trying to open lines against the exposed Black king. 15. B takes c6. Black accepts the challenge, opening up the b file. 16. Knight c5. The white knight jumps to an active outpost, threatening e6 and c6. 16. Queen d6. The black queen stands tall, defending the vulnerable structural weaknesses. Part 3. Blitz scramble and errors. 17. Knight e4. A tactical inaccuracy under time pressure. White retreats a well-placed piece. 17. Queen b4. The black queen shifts to safety while keeping an eye on the queen side. 18. Knight f4. White brings another piece into the attack, targeting e6. 18. e5. Black kicks the knight away with a sharp pawn push. 19. Knight g6. White forces his knight deep into Black's territory, forcing a trade. 19. Bishop takes g6. Black must eliminate the dangerous knight. 20. H takes g6. White recaptures, opening up the h-file for future attacking paths. 20. Queen c4 check. Black checks the king to buy time and improve his queen's placement. 21. King g1. The white king tucks himself away into safety. 21. Queen c2. Firouzja offers a queen trade to neutralize White's attacking steam. 22. Queen e1. Abdusattorov rightfully declines, keeping the queens on the board. 22. Knight f6. Black develops his last minor piece and eyes the central squares. 23. Bishop d2. White connects his remaining rooks, getting ready for the final assault. 23. Rook b8. Black counters by seizing control of the wide-open b-file. 24. g5. A massive blunder by White that opens up his own defense. 24. Knight d5. A matching blunder by Black. Firouzja misses the instant win with Rook takes b2. Part 4. The King under fire. 25. Queen takes a1. White captures the trapped knight, but leaves his back rank wide open. 25. Rook takes b2. Firouzja finally captures the critical b2 pawn, threatening White's first rank. 26. Rook b3. White tries to block the b-file by offering a rook trade. 26. Rook takes b3. Black gladly simplifies the position. 27. A takes b3. White recaptures, opening lines for his own queen. 27. H takes g5. Black cleans up the kingside pawns, opening more avenues for defense. 28. Queen a6. A critical blunder by White, completely ignoring his back rank defenses. 28. King d7. In extreme time trouble, Firouzja blunders back, stepping into an attack instead of winning with queen b1 check. 29. Queen b7 check. The mutual errors continue as White misses his chance to consolidate. 29. Knight c7. Black blocks the check with his knight, building a wall. 30. Bishop a5. A final fatal mistake by White, leaving the back rank unguarded one last time. 30. Queen b1 check. Firouzja spots it. Black delivers a devastating back rank check. 31. Bishop f1. White is forced to block with his bishop, pinning his own piece. 31. Queen takes e4. Black captures the central pawn, threatening an unstoppable checkmate on h1 or g2. 32. Queen takes c7 check. White desperately delivers a check to keep the game alive. 32. King e6. The black king confidently marches up the board out of harm's way. 33. Bishop g2. White tries to block the diagonal and attack the black queen. 33. Queen b1 check. Black checks again, keeping White fully on the defensive. 34. Bishop f1. The white bishop is forced back into defensive bondage. 34. Rook h1 check. A magnificent rook sacrifice to completely drag the white king out into the open. 35. King takes h1. White is forced to accept the sacrifice. 35. Queen takes f1 check. Black's queen steps in with check, starting a relentless hunting sequence. 36. King h2, then queen takes f2 check. Another check, picking up a key attacking pawn. 37. King h1, then queen f1 check. Black keeps the king locked down and checks. 38. King h2, queen e2 check, shifting angles to pick up more pawns with tempo. 39. King g1, then queen d1 check, collecting the d4 pawn while keeping the white king pinned. 40. King h2, then queen c2 check, sweeping across the board, another check. 41. King g1, then queen takes g6. Firouzja safely picks off the dangerous g6 pawn, securing the win. 42. Queen takes c6 check. White throws out one last desperate check. 42. King f7. The black king easily steps back behind his wall of pawns. 43. Queen d5 check. Another check from the white queen. 43. Queen e6. Black offers a queen trade, which is entirely winning for him. 44. Queen f3 check. White refuses to trade and retreats the queen with check. 44. King g8. The black king hides completely out of sight on g8. 45. Queen e4. White places the queen in the center, but has no realistic targets left. 45. a6. Black locks down his queenside structure before starting his own pawn march. Part 5. The final pawn avalanche. 46. Bishop d2. White tries to reposition his bishop to find some activity. 46. g6. Black solidifies his kingside structure completely. 47. Bishop takes g5. White captures a pawn, but it doesn't slow down black's plans. 47. Queen f5. Black offers yet another queen trade, forcing white's hand. 48. Queen d5 check. White declines again with a check. 48. e6. Black blocks the check while simultaneously attacking White's queen. 49. Queen d8. White's queen moves back to pin the f8 bishop. 49. d3. Black pushes his passed d-pawn down the board. 50. Bishop e7. White tries to keep up the pressure on the pinned bishop. 50. e4. Black's pawns are rolling down the center like a freight train. 51. King g2. White's king tries to find a safer defensive square. 51. Queen f3 check. Black checks, driving the king back into the corner. 52. King h2, then black replies with queen f2 check. Another precise check, clearing the path for the pawns. 53. King h3, then black replies with queen f5 check. Black keeps checking to maximize his positional control. 54. King g2. The white king shuffles back, helpless. 54. e3. The e-pawn marches forward, just one step away from promotion. 55. Bishop takes f8. White finally captures the pinned bishop out of desperation. 55. Queen takes f8. Black recaptures, maintaining a completely winning endgame position. 56. Queen takes d3. White grabs the d3 pawn, trying to clean up the threats. 56. Queen f2 check. Black checks again, forcing the king to h1. 57. King h1. An inaccuracy under extreme time pressure that speeds up the inevitable checkmate. 57. Queen h3 check. Black continues the relentless queen hunting sequence. 58. King h2, then black replies with queen f4 check. A tiny slip by black in a completely won position, missing a slightly faster mate. 59. King g2, then black replies with queen g4 check. Another minor check placement slip, but black's massive advantage remains untouched. 60. King h2, then black replies with queen h5 check. Black forces the white king onto an even worse square. 61. King g3, then black replies with queen e5 check, keeping the king under absolute control with tempo. 62. King h4. The final inaccuracy. The white king runs directly into a forced mate. 0-1. Nodirbek Abdusattorov resigns. Alireza Firouzja wins a spectacular, chaotic blitz battle. Every chess master was once a beginner who refused to quit. Keep learning, keep fighting, and your next great move is closer than you think. Thank you so much. God bless you. See you in my another video tomorrow, okay?